Ever since I was a kid, I guess I could tell that I had addictive behaviors. I'd latch onto things, not to the extent, every kid does, but it was to, a different extent with me, with music, with anything. I would, if I found enjoyment out of it, I would hold on to it until there was, pretty much nothing left. I'd wring it dry. Just about every bridge that you could build, I had burnt down before it even been established built. I'd gotten sent away to rehab when I was 16. And that was my first introduction to the steps, and they only went over the first 3. And step 1 really stuck with me. Admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives become unmanageable. I knew from the get-go that I was powerless over whatever substances that I'd had, and I felt like I knew at a very young age that I knew I was an addict and that I was an alcoholic. But I just never would admit that my life had become unmanageable. And then, finally, in the pit of despair I dug myself into, I tried to take my own life and really put an honest effort forth towards it. And I can, say that I am ever so grateful that that did not happen and that I was given a second chance. My mom was doing the utmost she could to make sure she would find placement alongside with me. But we couldn't find anything. They ever so gracefully, extended it for me. And, I got placed that day at Gateway Lake Villa. And, I spoke with my mom 2 weeks into living in Gateway, and she said, I think you should go to a sober living. And I had my excuses, but she had her responses. She knew what I was going to say. Right when I'd gotten into new directions, geez, the house manager was so good, I thought he worked there for, I'm not joking, 2 weeks. I had to ask him, I was like, so how long have you been working here? He's like, I'm just the house manager. I worked my butt off there, and Bobby had seen the effort that I put forth and stuff like that, and he offered me a position. I came in as a tech, and then I was promoted to lead tech, and then I was promoted again to work on the A Way Out team. So now I get to be that person that I needed when I was at my most vulnerable point. Whatever hole you dug yourself into, there's a way out. And that's what I'll just conclude it with. And that way out is, having a silver lining mentality. For every negative, there's a positive as long as you're looking for it. And, as long as you're looking for that positive, you will find it.